people at the lyric convention. We love the tune, do not mention. Gather quite a people, let me tell you now. Wilson was going to show you how.
You know, Jim, I feel sorry for you.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, when I was growing up, it was the golden age of rock. Beatles, Stones, Endod. All right, apart from Ken Dodd. Tiny Tim. All right, then, apart from Ken Dodd and Tiny Tim. Engelbert Humperdinck.
Peace and love is the master plan. If you love the lyrics, shout, hand, hand, hand. Don't get cynical, but don't get lyrical. Spitting on the microphone, yeah, get lyrical. With JC, left on the shelf. So love your neighbor like yourself.
Thank you very much.
Maybe it was a gold-plated age of rock and roll. At least we didn't have to suffer what you grew up with.
At least my lot were a bit more clean living. I mean, you can't imagine Clive Dunn doing wacky-backy, can you?
You didn't have the franchise on clean living. We did have Cliff.
Now, since when was Cliff one of yours?
He was the 60s.
And 70s and the rest.
All right, then. The Singing Nun.
The singing nun, who was that?
Living proof that the devil has got all the best tunes.
Come on, lads, come on. Yeah. Please. Detective Constable Lyons.
Anything else we can do for you, Phil?
Nah, I'm just making creative use of your presence. If you don't mind waiting while I empty the zooty.
We don't want to drink that band you had on tonight. We believe they're carrying.
What? Carrying what?
Where's the dressing room?
Tosh?
The dressing room. And it's DC Lyons.
Yes?
DC Lyons, DC Carver, Sunhill Police. We've got a warrant to search these premises.
A warrant to do what? What the hell's going on?
What are you talking about? We have reason to believe that... Hey, now, stop it. Everyone stand still. Now, just stand still. Keep your hands out your pockets. Just relax. And we'll get this over with as soon as possible. Jim.
Come on, what's this? What is it?
Right, you lot, come on, sling your hooks, pack your gear, and get the hell out of here. Come on, move.
Listen, mate, listen. Now, look here. You are that far off being nicked.
Yeah, but it's
I
my
told ya.
licence that's on the line, not yours.
What is going on?
You've got some bloody nerve. You know what's going on over
Shut
here.
up, a lot of you! Tosh, nick him. Is that what you want?
I don't believe this.
Right. You are.
Michael Grace, I'm their manager.
Well, Mr. Grace, we have reason to believe that your lad...
Believe what? You mean
Reason to believe that.
Give me that camera.
That's right. Let him take his pictures. We want our evidence too.
Shut it.
You've got no right to take my camera. I'm here by invitation. Isn't that right, Mr. Grace?
Hey, all right, everyone, just calm down. Calm down. Mr. Grace, who are these people?
Remarkably well informed.
Oi, as you were. I ain't finished with you yet.
Okay.
Do you know who this band is?
Never mind what I know.
All right,
who are you?
Gus Worrell, courier.
ID.
What do you want?
Thanks very much. Now get out. And take David Bailey with you.
Right.
I don't believe you're doing this.
Watch me. Get out!
It's busting the Wilson voice.
Come
Are
on.
you serious?
Just get out. The pair of you.
Whose jacket's this?
Mine.
Tosh.
Yeah?
Oh, my goodness, that's outrageous.
This is a man. You put it there. You saw him, he put it there.
This can't be right.
Mr. Grace. We didn't put anything there. Or here.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
Are you arresting them?
Come on. You come with me. This way.
Are you arresting them?
No comment.
Are you being arrested?
What's it look like? Can you believe this? Drugs!
All right.
Is that right? You found drugs in there?
Ask the press bureau.
Have you no decency?
Hey? Ignore him. It's all right, Jim. I want to know. What do you mean?
You know, I thought it was odd. A newspaper like that taking such interest in us. And insisting they could only do the interview 5 minutes before you people arrived.
Can you believe that, Jim? He thinks we invited the hacks.
Some coincidence.
Mr. Grace, everybody knows old Bill. We don't need the publicity.
Wilson boys, on the other hand. A bit of exposure won't do them any harm, would it?
I find that insulting.
Sorry, Mr. Grace, I don't mean to be insulting. It's true, though, isn't it? In your game, all publicity is good publicity.
And what game is that, precisely?
Well, you're the manager, aren't you? That's what you said.
I'm also their stepfather. I don't regard this as good publicity at all.
Say your reg!
Excuse me.
Aren't you in enough trouble?
I want to see her.
Well, you can't. Just behave yourself.
You can't talk to me like that. Don't you come near me.
You want to see her? Just pray it's in this life, Sonny.
And that's what you call community policing, is it?
Bill. Thank you. Let's get on with this. Empty your pockets. Keys. Credit cards. Oh, no, thank you.
Could be an offensive weapon.
Just offensive. Put in your pocket. A Bible.
It's all right. I didn't buy it on a Sunday.
Bill. I don't doubt it. Right, thank you. If you'd just like to sign here, please, Mr. Wilson. You can hold on to all these. What thou seest, write in a book.
And send on to the 7 churches which are in Asia. Do you want to try again?
No, it's all I can remember from Sunday school. Right, thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. If you'd just like to take a seat over there. Right, next, please.
What do you think? About what? I don't know.
Address.
Smell right to you? Well, we didn't put the stuff there.
Bible.
No, but well, you think somebody else did? Well, they don't exactly fit the bill, do they? Well, who does these days? Look, Jim. All 3 of them are packing a Bible, and one of them seems to know it backwards. If it is a front, it's a very elaborate one.
I'm sure you want to go home, but before we do, there's certain things we've got to sort out first. Mr. Grace. As you know, certain substances were found in the clothes of each of your stepsons. Now, these substances will be sent for analysis, after which a decision will be made about any further action. And until then, I intend releasing these boys into your care on bail. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Good. But before I release them, certain inquiries will have to be made, and no doubt these gentlemen from CID would like to have a word with them. Now, are you sure you don't want to change your mind about a solicitor?
What inquiries?
Want to make sure you all live where you say you do, and no offence, Mr. Grace.
None taken. And it's not Mr., it's Reverend.
You've never heard of them? Do you guys not listen to the radio?
Aye. Capital Gold?
Tosh, they didn't stop making records in the 60s. People are still doing it.
Yeah. So who are they?
Well, at the moment, not very big, but they're making a name for themselves.
What do they do? How would you describe it?
Mixture of gospel and rap.
Gospel and rap?
Yeah, sort of rock and religion, I suppose.
Oh, like Cliff?
No, Tosh. Look, I've had a late night too.
Look, I'm sorry, Lester. I know. Look, I just need your help. Are they genuine?
Genuine what?
Genuine Holy Joes.
Sure.
Terrific. We've just busted them for drugs. In front of the courier.
Well, what were we supposed to do? We had a tip-off, we found the gear.
Exactly. Just pray it isn't shredded wheat.
I'm not charging you. You do understand that, don't you?
Not yet, you're not.
I might never. The stuff might not even be dope. Oh, you reckon it was, do you?
I've seen enough.
All right, then. Well, if you didn't put it there, who did?
Come on, Mr. Lyons, how do I know? We were doing a gig. Anyone could have got in there.
You didn't lock the door?
We couldn't lock the door. There wasn't a lock.
All right, then. What about your manager, your stepfather? Wasn't he supposed to be keeping an eye on the gear?
Most of the time, yeah. But he likes to watch us too.
Can you think of anyone who'd like to fit you up?
I don't think it was you.
Come in.
Oh, sorry to disturb you, Tosh. Sarge says I ain't going anytime.
All right. Cheers, Rich. Look, Desmond, we've got a bit of a problem. We found what could be drugs in your jacket pocket. And your brother's. Now, if when the results come back, they prove to be prohibited substances, and we're still no further on than we are now, I'm going to have to charge you. What else can I do?
So I was in the same shop. I thought I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Sarge, this is Mr. Watson Brown, the lad solicitor.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I got here as quick as I could. Drink drive, is it?
Yes, it's more serious than that, Mr. Watson-Brown. Your client, it would appear, whilst under the influence of drink, struck a 14-year-old girl on a pedestrian crossing.
Oh, dear.
Yes, she's badly injured, I'm afraid. She's suffered serious leg and head injuries.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm sure it's Jeremy.
Yes. Must have been murder getting a cab in this weather.
Oh, I drove.
Did you? Have you been drinking?
Oh, come on.
Have you?
Now, hold on a minute.
How much?
Oh, this is crazy.
Reg, is the area casted outside?
Yes, sir.
You know where they keep the alco test?
Yeah, sure.
Get it, will you?
Sir.
Mr. Watson-Brown, I have reason to believe you've been driving a motor vehicle on a public road with alcohol in your body, and that you still have alcohol in your body. Therefore, I require you to provide a sample of breath. If you refuse to do so, I will place you under arrest.
Morning, Frank.
Yes, ma'am. It was a straightforward drug search. Unfortunately, the press were already there. Nothing much Carver and Lyons could do about it.
Hardly straightforward. The Wilson boys? You have heard of them.
Are they on Radio 3?
So, are we all right on this one?
Yeah, I think so. Lovely discreet bit of police work last night, boys.
Gov, I know I told you it was all done by the book.
Well, wasn't it?
Yes, of course it was.
Well?
They're not drug takers.
So what you found wasn't drugs, was it?
Even if it was.
He got there by accident.
We're not saying that.
Well, what are you saying?
We think they might have been set up.
By whom?
We don't know who. We just can't think of a group less likely to take drugs than the Wilson boys.
Why?
They're serious godbrothers, Gov.
Oh, I see. So that lets them out of the dreaded weed, does it? Listen, Tosh, Bob Marley had religion, but that didn't stop him smoking enough ganja to raise the Titanic. Jim? Nice to see unity amongst the ranks. Look, Tosh, if you've got evidence that someone put that stuff in their pockets, fair enough. If you haven't, and the stuff's kosher, charge them.
Thanks for your support, Jim.
I'll leave it out, Tosh. It's a stone waller.
It smells. You know it does.
Look, I don't know that at all. Look, what do you want from me?
Nice one, boys. Who are you going after next? The Archbishop of Canterbury?
Get lost.
Get lost sergeant.
Oh, come on, Tosh. Look, what's it matter? They're not going to hang. All right, all right. For a time last night, I did have my doubts, but they were in possession of drugs, and that's an offence.
As simple as that.
Look, argue it with Burnside. I wouldn't mind, you know, but it was your information.
You've changed, Jim. Do you know that? Alistair, have you got a minute?
Make it quick, I'm in court.
I want to talk to someone about the Wilson boys.
Do I hear the sound of a stable door closing?
Oh, come on, Alistair. Somebody who can give me a bit of background. Any ideas?
I do, as it happens, but you won't like it.
How's that?
That journalist that did the number on you and Jim,
Yeah?
he's a mate of mine. Well, our contact, anyway. He used to do crime, now he's on pop.
I meant someone I could trust.
You can trust him as long as you spell it out. Journalists love police asking them favours. Flatters their ego. It's up to you.
Okay. Tar. Excuse, please. Thank you. Cheers. Here you go.
Cheers. Now, how are feelings?
Life goes on.
So, what's the SP?
The what?
Oh, come on, Mr. Lyons. You want to know about the Wilson boys? I wonder why.
It's no big deal. I just want to know more about what we're dealing with. This religious bit. Is it a gimmick? Or do they mean it?
Oh, they mean it all right, but I suppose it's a selling point which isn't lost on their manager.
The Reverend?
Yeah. Now, in fairness to him, he doesn't milk it as much as their last manager. He'd have made God blush.
What happened to him?
Tin Tack, Lord's P45. It's the Reverend's day. He reckoned they were getting ripped off something rotten. Stepped in, took over.
And the Lord taketh away.
grubby business.
Well, he can't have been too pleased, the last manager. What was his name?
Dave Lawler? I imagine he used one or two words you won't find in the Bible.
So who tipped you off then? About the raid?
It wasn't D.S. Gregg, if that's what you're suggesting. Who told you there was drugs there?
You know I can't tell you that.
Why should I tell you? Yeah, all right. It's Dave Lawler. It's Dave Lawler that ratted him to you, wasn't it? Had to be. Had to be someone on the inside, someone who knew. You wouldn't have got a warrant on the word of some anonymous caller.
Because you had reason to. Gov, I've checked this band out. They make 5-star look dangerous.
What's petrol got to do with it?
They're a pop group, Gov.
Well, what do you think?
It's worth a try.
Don't get carried away, Jim.
Get off my back, Tosh.
What's the matter with you two? I think Tosh is right. It is worth a try. Set it up if you can. Jim, get in touch with the tech officer. Make sure all the gear's available. Oh, and stop squabbling.
We'll get you down, no matter what friends say. You will always be there on the judgment day. Say Lucifer, you're soft. You're like something from my shoe that I wanna scrape off. Think about it, can't you see? We're in tune to the brother they call JC. He's teaching me back. Oh, peace and love, and we tell us I think you've got nothing left to say. So be a good boy and go away. We'll see you through like a guiding light. He will see you through the darkest of nights.
No problem, boys. Taking a few
minutes. No matter what.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I was admiring your ingenuity.
Oh, that's funny.
In a way. You arrest my boys for drugs, but you think they're innocent. Then again, you have to charge somebody because you did find drugs. So if they don't do what you suggested or they don't pull it off, they end up in the dock. You can't lose.
Crown Prosecution Service decide whether to take it to court, not the police.
So you want to put a listening device on one of my boys, have him confront Mr. Lawler, see what comes out in the wash.
That's right, yeah.
Why not?
Good luck, son.
Tosh, about this morning.
Nah, forget about it.
Look, I wasn't going to apologise.
I didn't ask you to.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be apologising for.
Well, they are then. They are them.
Have you got a problem?
Another time, eh, Jim?
No, Tosh, now.
Jim, I haven't got a problem.
Oh, but I have.
You really want to push this, don't you? All right, I'll tell you what I think. 2 years ago, when I joined CID, you'd have smashed down Burnside's door rather than accepting something you didn't agree with. He could have put you on a spit and he wouldn't have mattered. Once Jim Carver had dug his heels in on a point of principle, that was it.
Oh, what? No, I don't.
No, I'm not saying you don't have any principles. What I am saying that these days you keep them pretty much to yourself.
Come off it, Tosh.
Another time, eh? He's out.
Well, look where the cat dragged in. You come to pay me my money, we don't owe you anything. Just can't walk out of a contract, man. To what do I owe? Look, me and my brothers have been talking. We want this thing settled. Oh, excuse me. Does the Reverend know you're here? Last night was well out of order, Dave. Say again? I said last night was well out of order, yeah. That's what I thought you said. Why are you telling me? Now, before you answer that, go on, Desmond.
He's recording it himself.
I was just saying, oh, come on, spell it out. Could always talk to me, remember? It's okay.
Burnside.
Forget it.
Oh, hello, Barry. Well, that was quick. Yeah.
You're joking. I don't believe it. Right. I'll get back to you. DC Carver? DC Lines? Could I have a word, please?
Yes, Gov.
Shut the door. That was the lab.
Already?
Yeah, well, the thing is, Alfred, it was not a task that detained them long.
Gov?
Those prohibitive substances you sent them? It was garam masala.
Garam what?
Garam masala, Carver. Curry powder, mixed in with a bit of mud. At least, mud is what the lab prefers to think it is. Ye gods, you two have been done up like a couple of Loch Fyne frozen. You mind if I ask you a question?
Yes, Gov.
Did you run the boys through the PNC?
Yes, Gov.
And they came up clean as a whistle? How about the Reverend?
What?
The Reverend. Their stepfather. Their manager. Their publicity agent.
A divinity degree by post?
Doesn't make me a bad person.
All you had to do was write a check. Where from?
The university in South Carolina.
And your church?
What about it?
Where is it?
I'm between churches at the moment. Mr. Lyons, why are you doing this to yourself?
It was you, wasn't it? You put the stuff in the pockets, you made the calls, it couldn't have been anybody else. The papers get the story, the band gets his publicity, and we look stupid.
Can you prove any of this?
One day, Reverend.
It's a hard life.
So what is he here? A voice he recognises, and Peter's jangling his keys, so the lad thinks, at last my lawyer's arrived, only to find Alec locking his brief up as well.
Alec Peters.
I'll tell you when it's done.
Look, Jim, I know what you're thinking.
You know everything, don't you, Tosh?